Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your new moon in Sagittarius reading, occurring on November 30th, December 1st, depending where you are in the world. This is going to highlight the quest for meaning for you among your intimates, among siblings, for instance, those with whom you can recognize and witness observed behaviors, patterns of interaction that help you to understand better uh, why you choose the relationships you do and why you communicate and learn in the way that you do. We'll look more into that. This is a general reading, so it's not going to be resonant for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below, where I'm featuring a half-off sale through the end of this year. Thank you to all of you who are participating in that. And let's get started with your overall energy, Libra, the Five of Swords. This is actually highlighting the very dynamic I was speaking about. You may have opportunities to recognize that much of the resistance that you experience in sharing ideas, in communicating, in learning, can often come from the patterns of behavior, the way in which others, particularly those that you feel close to, typically react to your requests for assistance or even just witnessing. You may observe that your ideas are often minimized or dismissed, or you're not given credit for ideas, good ideas that are yours, or you somehow are made to doubt your ideas, that you don't know enough, that you don't have enough of the resources necessary to carry something or to see something through. In the past, this would absolutely have blocked you and made you internalize the sense of doubt and inadequacy, but you're actually uh, looking into those interactions. And this can be friends as well, particularly good friends, where you notice a pattern of interaction that does not, where you don't feel heard, you don't feel supported. So, this is an area where you're looking at, and you may be noticing things that perhaps a sibling, a friend always says or responds to you in a way that makes you doubt the validity of your idea. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the way others see you, the way you move in your community, and you are taking advantage of the current uh, energies that exist with the phenomenal changes we are experiencing, the area of intense, heightened awareness that is a feature moving forward. You are going within, you are seeking answers within yourself as reflected by this desire to understand why and how you react and respond in ways that you customarily do, that you recognize are limiting your impact or are not serving you in ways. So, this is about really reestablishing your right to be who you are, your authority as an individual. You assign value to your actions and thoughts. You don't allow others to determine those or label those or define those in any way that makes you feel less than or not adequate to your ideas or your responsibilities. In the first house, the Six of Swords is describing your perspective and a lot of this desire to understand better the way you learn, the way you communicate is a, an awareness that the environment perhaps that you were quite ordinarily is your default. The people that you customarily surround yourself with are present a chaotic environment, one in which you feel that you cannot contribute to the solutions, to a reconciliation of problems or issues, or make the contribution that you would like. That is my very vocal mailman on the phone. Sorry for that distraction. You are moving away from the patterns that you see. You're understanding that whether the patterns are uh, for the best for the team, they're not the best for you. And you're moving away, you're done, you're moving on from this environment that doesn't feel supportive to you. In your fourth house, the Hierophant, you are at foundation in your domestic environment, perhaps through your family of origin, or uh, your roots are a teacher. You're very committed to some institution, and I'm suspecting it is a religious tradition, a familial tradition, perhaps a cultural heritage that is uh, forms the foundation of your beliefs and your mission on earth. You understand that by learning what the best you can as an individual, that those are skills and information that you can share with others to similarly assist them. You may literally be a teacher. You may literally be someone who is responsible for training others, but this can be impact any area of your life where you have uh, followed a path, a tradition of learning, of growth, even of initiation. And this is something that you understand is only activated by sharing what you have with others to support their elevation. In the seventh house of significant relationships, there's the Servant of Swords. This is like the Page of Swords. And what I particularly like about this particular servant or page is the willingness to admit what you don't know. This is you understanding that as much as you're understanding you do know about the path you're on, your goals, your mission in life, what supports you, you're unclear as to the next steps. This can take a particular impact on those relationships, those intimate relationships, those folks that you've always believed to be your most trusted friends, advisors, your partners. You're really stepping back and taking notes. You're observing their action as part of this uh, greater quest that you're on around understanding yourself better, how you learn better, how you communicate effectively in a way that clarifies what the information you're seeking to impart, the support you're trying to give. And this is because you receive this support from others and you understand that that is your role as far as progressing awareness, productivity, and a positive impact on the world. But at this point, when it comes to your relationships and your quest for understanding your partnerships, you are stepping back and looking for information about the next best steps for you. If this reading is resonating with you so far, Libra, please like this video. Please share this with others and certainly subscribe to my channel. And I have pulled for you the Failure card. I understand that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. And this is, I suspect, as so many of us, are experiencing, is a recognition that often our greatest uh, restrictions and limitations are things we don't see, things we take for granted. And this again refers back to those close relationships you have, those everyday connections and communications you share with people you assume have your best interest at heart. You don't want to believe that they would consciously block you or minimize what you desire or what you have accomplished. And so you are recognizing that learning from the restrictive patterns that perhaps are more intimate, closer to you than you have been consciously aware, is the real source of your struggle right now. You're really looking at how you sort relationships in which you recognize the limitations of others to witness and support your growth. In the first house, the Six of Staffs is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. You are contemplating legacy for many of you. Wherever you are in your life, you have experienced enough uh, to recognize your tremendous privilege, the support that you've gained. And I don't just mean material support, but it includes that. Whatever access you've been afforded by the efforts of others who have come before you is an awareness that, however humble or extravagant your life is, you have had privileges that many others don't have. And you understand you're in a position to give back. And that can be particularly why understanding how you learn, how you grow, and how you can generate abundance for yourself and others is foremost on your mind. What do you stand for? What are you able to help others to produce? This is about knowing that you live in a life of privilege at some level, a life of tremendous advantage, and you want to create that for others moving forward. In the fourth house, the Hierophant is clarified by the Two of Swords. There is such a strong energy here of you knowing the path, knowing the right decision for you moving forward. It can relate to an intimate or family situation or circumstance. This can also relate to a decision you're making that is going to impact your family in a way that has you feeling concerned as you overthink, as you try and get more information, which is important for a considerable selection or decision around something that feels like a crossroads. It's going to alter the direction of your life and thus have an impact on all of your relationships. You already know the way to go because you've already been going on that path. Your whole experience, the challenges you're experiencing now, are part of the preparation for moving on the path that you know is right for you, but you also recognize this is a hard path, as it may mean sacrificing people who you have come to take for granted or assume would always be in your life. This is true of your professional environment as well. You may be speaking the harder truth, taking the direction that is surprising to others, or concerned about the impact your leaving a familiar path is going to have on those you leave behind. This again is cautioning you to rely on your intuition, stop overthinking the situation, and allow yourself to relax into a very spiritual choice, a very rational choice that you're making for your higher good, and to promote this better world as you see it, as you experience it. The Servant of Swords in the seventh house is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. I'm glad that you are taking your time. You're absolutely experiencing a lot of not only heightened awareness and a sense of illumination, enlightenment, but it is having a tremendous impact on your potentially your material existence, certainly on your relationships, and you are pausing and mentally mapping and considering the vision that you see, not simply for the world you want to live in, but for the relationships that form that world, that structure that world for you. As a Libra, you are all about balancing things with others and in any environment, finding the balance, finding the harmony, finding the ethical way forward, the fair way. um, and in order to do that, you are having to really reconsider what you've known, what you have automatically done, your assumptions, and really allow yourself space to simply envision and map that the next steps for that onto a path. You are about proposing something, planning something, moving forward. But this is the work of envisioning that. And it's important that you give yourself that space right now. And in the 10th house, the Hermit is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Big changes here. You're ready to overturn the way others have defined you, the way others have labeled you. It's not that you're rejecting it, because I suspect many of you have long rebelled against the way others, a parent, a loved one, thought about you, exhorted you to do certain things, to fulfill what they assumed was your destiny, your fate. um, but you are beyond rebelling. You're actually understanding, as you've grown and had significant experiences, that your potential is actually limitless. It is not defined to a job title or a career path or a domestic situation that others believe would be the safe, best choice for you. You're defining your own path forward, and you're really having to come to terms with the sense that there that this is boundaryless, that the sky is the limit. And I'm going to finish up this reading with a flora and fauna of Africa, and hope that this reading has been insightful for you. If you're interested in this content, I will post a video at the end of this uh, for more viewing enjoyment. And I pulled the golden wolf. The key word is intuition. I don't pull this card very often, and I'm so honored that this is really lifting up your powerful intuition, something that is going to be one of your superpowers at this time. There are so many thoughts, feelings, and uh, desire for moving forward into a better world, into a better environment for yourself in order to work productively towards a better world. Self discovery is never ending. Embrace the changes you need to make to evolve to your fullest potential. I am moved, Libra. Thank you so much for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.